Hey, hey, welcome back. I'm Rev and this is Sam, and we are traveling around America's Great Loop aboard the Here's to Us. Yeah. If that's something that you're interested in doing, you might think about subscribing and hit the bell below so you can get notified every time we make a new video.
Yeah, this is journey number 61, and we are going from the Kaskaskia Lock wall, where we were tied up with 10 other boats, and heading down to Cape Girardeau, south of Cape Girardeau, to Little Diversion Canal. So our departure from there that morning is we had to have a little bit of intel where everybody was going because there's 10 boats. So Rev.
Right. We had to, I don't know how we found out, but we found out some of the other boats were going to another anchorage. We had already picked out Little Diversion. So, of course, you know, we're like, oh, we got to get up really early and get going so we can have a place to anchor. And found out that really wasn't necessary because the other boats were going to different locations.
And I was happy with that because there was rain in the forecast, and I did not want to be anchoring on the side of the Mississippi River.
Oh, right.
So getting into a channel for me was just great. And our two buddy boats, we planned to get in there and get down there and get anchored and get settled before the rain came. But a lot of great scenery again as we came down there.
Beautiful fall weather.
Right.
And fall weather. Fall foliage and
fall foliage,
cool
barges,
weather.
And one bridge that appeared to be a bridge, but it really wasn't a bridge.
It was a pipeline.
Yeah, a pipeline, but it looked like a bridge, a suspension pipeline that went across the Mississippi River. It kind of confused me too because I didn't see a bridge marking, but as I looked at it closer, I saw that. More eddies, and you could see the rain was starting to come in to the west of us on the radar. I was looking at it, and I could see it was coming.
Yeah, but whoa, back up to those eddies. The way that it looked when we were looking at the water, we would see the currents, but then all of a sudden you would see all these whirlpool looking places in the water. And when there was a boat up ahead, we could see them kind of take a turn left or right, whichever way the water decided to turn them. So that gave us a little heads up that we were getting ready to come to some eddies.
Yeah, and the key to that is just keep your speed, you know, constant, or even goose it a little bit more so you have the momentum to get through those eddies. The autopilot handled it on our boat, and we were able to get through them. But it was pretty interesting going through that. It was like, wow, this is almost like shooting the rapids on the Colorado River.
Cool.
Anyway, we get to Little Diversion Canal, and we were pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so where it's located, though, is you pass by Cape Girardeau. You can see the town. There's a cool-looking bridge that we went under, and then we started looking for our right-hand turn to get into that canal.
Right. So as we looked up into that canal, and you really have to approach it from downriver, so we had to go past it. We looked in there and we saw there was one boat already anchored way up by the railroad bridge. So you have to approach it from downstream. So it's kind of like a 180 right turn because it's on the right descending bank. And then really you have to use some speed to ensure that when you make that left-hand turn that you're not going to get swept downstream. All right, we are going to maneuver to get into the Little Diversion Canal. Whiskey Business is going to go in first. Let's see him down there. He's turning around and coming upstream. And then we will follow him. So we're going to throttle back here. So we got into the channel. 3 boats working together to try to find the best anchorage. So
Whiskey Business decided that it was going to be the center boat and drop an anchor, get set, and then Sam and I would turn around and face the other way, drop our anchor, and come up flipped around. So our anchor was acting like a stern anchor, and then Whiskey Business's front anchor was acting like our anchor
Right.
on
Hey,
the
that's
front.
a good explanation. Yeah.
Is
So we're
it? I
about
don't know. I
astern.
was kind of confusing
And the
myself when I was
reason we
saying it.
did that too is when you're anchoring with another boat, you really have to be aware of where their generator is, their generator exhaust. So their generator exhaust, Whiskey Business, was on the rear. Ours is on our starboard side, so it worked out just fine. Then we had another Carver who also had theirs on their starboard side. So as they anchored up, everybody's generator exhaust wasn't an issue that evening.
Right.
So we stayed the evening there.
Yeah, we even had the party at our place.
Yeah, we did.
They just walked across the boats and came on in. We watched the movie Safe House. It has Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds, action-packed.
Yeah.
Really good. Just happy hour foods here.
Happy hour foods in the salon, and great movie. And we all departed. We stayed, obviously, on our boat, and they went back to their boats.
Very great night's sleep.
Yeah,
I mean,
good
knocked
night's sleep.
out.
Because we thought, well, we're anchored here safely. The anchors are holding.
Right.
And as we get up in the morning, tell them what happened.
Well, even before we got up, we could hear the rain and rain and rain. So I usually get up earlier. When Sam got up, I made an announcement that I was not going anywhere that day. I said, you're going to have a big mutiny on your hands if the other two boats want to go and you want to go with them. Well, you know, we're going to have a real problem here on the Here's to Us.
And I think everybody agreed. 92 miles in the rain and going down the Mississippi, rest of the Mississippi, and then up the Ohio. It was not a good idea. So we elected to stay a second night. We pushed our reservations out, which was not a problem. And then what happened?
Okay,
sitting there.
So I'm all excited because I'm going to get to watch OU and play Kansas State. Sam has this TV antenna, and I was going to get to watch the game. Very excited. So I think it had started, and then I looked out the window, and I saw the railroad bridge out the window. Instead of a row of trees down the channel, this canal here, I was looking at the railroad bridge that goes across. So what happened? It rained so much, the currents got crazy, our anchor came loose and swung all three boats where the back is almost in to the other side over there.
Yeah, almost into the trees.
Bad.
So captain's meeting, the three captains got together and figured out a plan. And so the plan, well, there was multiple iterations of the plan, but eventually we got it to where it was down to those two boats anchoring together, and we anchored separately because we just figured it was too tough for three boats to do.
The current was nuts.
It was crazy.
The trees coming down the channel
Logs,
there was nuts.
Catching on the anchor, and it was crazy. And then probably about 8 o'clock that night, we noticed the other two boats were having an issue, and they eventually split up. So it was a rain field, and probably even in the channel, we probably had about 6 knots of current. And anchor held just fine. We had a total of 5 boats in there. There was another boat that came behind us. So we were anchored there, 5 boats in a little diversion channel, and just kind of hanging on and dodging debris all night.
Right.
I did not sleep more than about 20 minutes at a time because I was up checking the anchor. We had the anchor alarm on. But also watching to see what kind of trees were actually coming down that might have get clogged into the anchor chain.
Yeah, we kept hearing thuds and thumps. However, I slept fantastic. I didn't move at all, and I was mad when Sam woke me up 2 times that he was getting up. I had no idea he had gotten up like 17 times during the night to go outside and check to see what was happening out there.
Anyway, probably one of the most interesting nights that we've spent.
Very interesting.
And
we were... Guess, oh my goodness, you're not even going to guess what happened when we left the next morning. But that's for the next video.
Yeah, the next video. We were very fortunate to be able to get into a channel off the Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Some of the boats, other boats had electric go downstream and anchor kind of near the side of the Mississippi River, which really would have been real dangerous to do. So anyway, that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Oh, brother. Okay, well, we'll see you next time.
On the Here's to Us, on America's Great Loot. See ya.